So, hallo, herzlich willkommen zurück zu den Nonary Games Ambidex Edition, also bei Let's Play Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward. Letztes Mal hatten wir das K-Ende und wir haben jetzt mal gesehen, was sich hinter der Maske verbirgt. Es war überraschend, möchte ich meinen. Bin gespannt, was ihr da so für Theorien hattet, was das zu bedeuten hat. Ansonsten wussten wir zumindest, dass Kay in so einer Anlage in dieser Anlage aufgewachsen ist. Aber jetzt schauen wir erstmal, wo wir lang gehen. Ach ja, übrigens, wir haben natürlich auch den zweiten Code gekriegt für das Dings, wie heißt's? Ah, Moment. Von wo habe ich den Zettel hingepackt? Der muss hier doch noch irgendwo liegen. Ah, ich habe ihn. So, also wir haben jetzt quasi die ID und das Passwort für den Computer in der Luna-Route. Ob wir das heute einsetzen werden, ich weiß es nicht. Das entscheidet der Würfel. Der Würfel sagt 9, also nein. Es geht hier lang. Was gibt es hier noch für Möglichkeiten? Linke Seite haben wir komplett, das heißt, wir müssen auf der rechten Seite was machen. Oh, es gibt nur den einen Weg hier. Die Pfeilroute. Mann, wir haben gar nicht mehr so viel was machen können. How do we stop Phi? Genau, das ist die Sache. Phi hat uns quasi... ich gehe mal kurz die Story nochmal im Schnelldurchlauf durch. Zuallererst mit Alice in die Crew Quarters. Anschließend Betray gewählt. Alice ist also quasi... ja, wie soll man sagen? Sie wählt Ally, wir wählen Betray. Wir sind auf 6 Punkten. Jetzt hier mit Phi im Gegnerteam. Hier lang in den Control Room, genau. Das war, glaube ich, der mit dem Reaktor, kann das sein? Ja. Und jetzt haben wir uns quasi dann für Ally entschieden. Oder wenn wir uns für Betray entscheiden, wählt Phi Ally. Wenn wir uns für Ally entscheiden, wählt Phi Betray. Und im ersten Fall, wenn wir Betray wählen, sagt sie, sie wird uns dafür noch zahlen lassen. Wenn wir Ally wählen, sagt sie, sie lässt einen gerade dafür bezahlen, man wäre wieder quitt quasi. Sehr interessante Sache, vor allem weil wir zuerst Ally und dann Betray gewählt haben, aber okay, wir gehen hier weiter. Wie können wir Phi aufhalten? Luna and I stepped out of our AB room a little later than the others. They were already gathered in front of the projection, awaiting the announcement of the results. Ich denke, ich werde einfach die komplette Szene nochmal machen.
You chose Ally, right? Are you sure that was okay?
Yeah, of course. Phi did too.
You sound pretty sure of yourself.
Oh, it's not confidence. I already know.
What?
Hier geht es jetzt quasi darum, dass wenn man Betray gewählt hat, man weiß, dass Phi Ally wählt. Aber jetzt... let's just go have a look, shall we? We'll know pretty quick whether I knew anything or not.
Okay, let's go.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Für mich ist Phi die einzige, die Betray wählt. Naja. Wir sehen, bei Kay, Quark und Alice hat alles gut funktioniert. Der Myoji hat Dio, glaube ich, vorher ausgenockt, bevor er da reingestürmt ist. Sodass dass Dio halt nicht Clover hintergeht. Interessant.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
What the hell, Phi? Why'd you choose Betray? You chose Ally before.
I see. So you remember it too? The other round 2.
What? That wasn't even close to the response I'd expected. It felt anticlimactic. Anticlimactic, so. Hey, hold on a minute here. You know? You remember how I chose Betray last time in round 2?
Yeah, of course. Why do you think I chose Betray this time? Don't you remember what I said? That I'd make you pay?
Yeah, I do remember that. Then this is you making me pay?
Yes.
Wait. No, that didn't make any sense. Something wasn't right. How could we both know about an earlier round 2? How could there have been an earlier round 2? Was it some sort of alternate history? What the hell was I thinking? That was conspiracy theory shit. Even if there was some sort of alternate timeline or universe or whatever, there was no way I could know what had happened in it. No way I could know. At least I didn't think there was any way I could know. But if I could, then how? I remembered Fi choosing ally, then scowling at me when I broke my promise and swearing revenge.
That was not a smart move, Sigma. I won't forget this. I'll make sure you pay, even if it's the last thing I do.
Why did I know that? Perhaps more importantly, why did Fi remember it? What the hell did any of this mean? It had happened before, hadn't it? During round 1 of the AB game when I was playing against Alice. I'd seen something. Fi and I had chosen Betray. But for some reason I'd seen a reality where we'd chosen Ally instead. Suddenly I realized that I wasn't alone. I looked up to see Luna, Clover and Kay. They all began to speak at once.
What happened?
Why did you choose Betray, Fi?
Yeah, you're the only one who didn't vote ally.
Fi looked away and scowled. For several long moments her eyes stared off into the distance, and I could also see her mind working. Finally she sighed and spoke.
Right. Well, I've got 9 points now. So sorry, but I'm out of here.
Huh? What do you mean?
Do I really have to explain it? I'm leaving. Through the number 9 door.
Hey! Wait! I scrambled around in front of her and threw my arms out.
You're in my way. Move.
No! I'm not letting you go. What happened to you? I didn't think you were the kind of person who'd ditch the rest of us so you could get away.
When someone betrays your trust, feels like a part of you dies. For me, I guess it was the part that cared. I don't think you have even the slightest idea what that feels like.
Betrays your... Wait, are you saying?
Whatever. Just get out of my way.
No, I'm not moving.
I see. Then you leave me no choice.
As she spoke, Fi bent down. Then shot up into the air and over my head. I spun around to see her standing next to the number 9 door, her hand on the lever. You?
Nice try.
She grinned and tightened her grip on the lever.
Plaudite, acta est fabula.
What the hell's that?
It's Latin. Applaud. The play has ended. That's what it means.
Latin?
See you later.
Wait! Stop! I felt myself speaking before I even knew what the words were. Elapsam semel occasionem non ipse potest Jupiter reprehendere. Not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity. Are you sure this is how you want it to end? What about the nonary game? Zero. The bombs. We still don't know the truth about any of it. If you leave now, we never will. Is that really what you want?
Fine.
Da sind wir mit den eigenen Waffen geschlagen. Phi slowly let go of the lever. Whew. Look, I'm sorry about betraying you. I'm honestly not sure why I did it.
Forget about it. This time you chose ally and I chose betray. I think we're even.
What are you talking about?
When did you betray her? Are you talking about round 1?
No. We aren't talking about round 1. We're...
Just drop it. There's no point. I doubt they'd understand even if you did tell them.
Yeah. You're right.
Huh? I don't get it.
Well, at least it seems Phi has decided to remain.
You've really changed your mind?
Yeah. I'll stick around a little longer. Like he said, I can't leave until we figured out what's going on.
The AB game will continue until someone opens the number 9 door. If someone reaches 9 BP and doesn't open the door, the game will keep going.
Oh man, that's a relief. Please don't scare us like that again.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the star round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
As many times as we want, huh? Then that means...
As long as you have the star keys, you can play the AB game as many times as you want.
You probably won't be allowed to play it continuously, however. There's a period of time between when the doors open and when the polling ends.
Based off the last 2 rounds, I think it's about 45 minutes long.
So you can repeat the game once every 45 minutes or so.
Oh, that's right.
What?
Didn't Zero Jr. say something about that?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically.
The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Oh yeah. What are your bracelets, guys? Looks like I'm... a red solo.
I'm a magenta pair. Me too. That means we'll be a team this time. I think we'll do great. Yeah.
Who's gonna be my partner then? I'm a cyan pair.
They do not appear to be here. I, for instance, am a yellow pair.
Huh? Wait a second. If Luna and Clover are magenta pair, Phi's a cyan pair and Kay's a yellow pair, who the hell am I supposed to partner up with?
The cyan pair, I imagine.
Phi and her mysterious partner.
How do you figure that?
Sigma, what colors are added together to create cyan?
Green and blue, right?
What color would you get by adding your red to that?
Red, green and blue would be white.
Exactly.
Hier möchte ich nochmal sagen, natürlich additive Farbmischung, ansonsten kriegt man braun.
So you're saying the next set of chromatic doors are going to be white?
Yes,
How do you know?
because I have seen them. After leaving the archives, we found a warehouse very similar to this one. In it was a set of white doors. Well, to be precise, a set of doors which radiated white light.
Ja gut, in der Zeitlinie waren die wohl nie in dem, nie in der Lagerhalle.
Yeah, I saw him too. After we were finished in the garden, we went to the same warehouse he's talking about. They had the same little lock thingies. I'm 100% sure they're the next chromatic doors.
What about the people back in the infirmary? Do they know about the white doors?
Yes. If we exclude Quark from their number, then I believe they do.
I wonder what colors they are.
As far as pairs go, we're missing a cyan and a yellow.
If Sigma's a red solo, then we should have a green solo and a blue solo back in the infirmary.
Well, I'm going back to the infirmary. I'm kind of worried about Alice and Quark.
I'll go too.
As will I.
Oh, that's right. Wait, guys. There's something I need to tell you.
Huh? What is it?
Go on.
I meant to say something earlier, but I guess there was just so much other stuff going on. I looked at Phi. She nodded back. See, the truth is...
What?
Oh no!
You found another bomb?
Yeah,
Where?
in the garden.
No, that's not possible. We didn't see anything like that.
Could you have missed it?
No! No way! We checked every part of that room.
There was a number on this one too. It said 1. Since the one we found in the crew quarters said 3 on it, well...
You think there might be a third bomb out there somewhere?
I think there's a good chance.
Very well. We should split up and find this other bomb. It could be anywhere.
Yeah, I agree.
But even if we do find it, what are we supposed to do?
That is a concern for later. At the moment, our primary concern should be finding it.
You can't fight an enemy you can't see, after all.
Precisely.
All right, I'll head back to the infirmary and let everybody else know.
Please.
How about we set a time to meet back here, just in case? The time we have left until the chromatic doors open is... Let's see...
Quite a bit, actually.
1 hour and 57 minutes.
I think approximately half of that should be enough. When we have 1 hour remaining, we should meet back at the infirmary. Acceptable?
That sounds good to me.
Right. I'll tell the others too.
Good. Let's go. Ja, immerhin sind diese Bomben noch nicht scharf gemacht, aber ja, sagen wir mal so, es fehlt uns immer noch ein Passwort. So these are the white doors that Kay and Clover were talking about. Yeah, that's the lock thing. No question, these are chromatic doors, I guess.
So it seems.
Ah! What? When did you...
I've been here the whole time.
Seriously? I didn't notice you at all.
Oh, I guess your hearing's starting to go. How sad.
So, what do you want? Why are you stalking me?
I'm not stalking you. I just followed you here.
That's pretty much the same thing. But how did you do it? You were totally silent. Are you Batman?
I already told you I'm not. Remember? Back in the AB room when we met?
Yep. Ja, actually. Oh Gott, die Szene. You also jumped super high, all the way up to the ceiling.
Right. Aren't you curious about that graffiti?
Graffiti? Oh yeah, that. Memento Mori of the ninth lion at the sun. Did a kid write that or what?
Why do you say that?
Well, they managed to spell ninth wrong. Who puts an E in there?
You're right.
Then again, maybe it means something.
Do you know what it means? The Latin part.
Hey now, give me a little credit. Even I know what Memento Mori means. You see it all over the place. As far as I know, it translates to something like be aware of death or remember your mortality. Never forget that we all die someday. I guess it's a sort of cautionary thing.
What about the other part?
It's exactly what it says on the tin, right? Some sort of conditional about lions and suns. Anything come to mind?
No, nothing. Nothing at all. What about you?
Me? Huh? Well, let's see. Memento Mori of the ninth lion at the sun. Memento Mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. I repeated the words over and over in my head, but nothing. Whatever they meant, it was beyond me. But perhaps phi? Latin.
Huh?
Don't you know Latin? Maybe you can figure more of it out.
Well, I know a little. More than most people, I guess, but I'm not an expert.
Then how do you know that phrase? Elapsum semel occasionem non ipse potes Jupiter reprehendere.
Oh, that. That's from, this.
She unpinned the brooch from her chest as she spoke and held it out to me. I hesitated for a moment, then took it.
Look at the back.
I turned it over. Elapsum semel occasionem non ipse potes Jupiter reprehendere. So I guess the I is pronounced like a J in Latin, huh? Ja, wobei sie das einfach falsch machen, weil wenn man zum Beispiel das nächste, was wahrscheinlich rankommt, ist das Italienische. Inzwischen geht man auch davon aus, dass es zum Beispiel nicht, also zumindest gehen einige davon aus, dass es nicht Cäsar hieß oder Caesar, sondern Cäsar. Und das I war immer ein J, wie wir es im Germanischen auch haben. Also ein J und kein J, wie es im Englischen ist. Aber egal.
Yeah.
What is this?
A memento of my late mother. Well, I guess it's something like a memento.
What does that mean?
She died right after I was born. I was raised by foster parents and they told me where the brooch had come from. Apparently it was the only thing my mother had left behind.
What about your father?
Don't have one. I guess you could say I was a bastard. I never saw his face, and I don't know his name. I don't even know if he's alive.
Uh-oh. I couldn't think of anything else to say, so I just handed her back the brooch.
That phrase got to be almost like a prayer for me. Whenever I had to make a tough decision, I'd say it to myself. Sometimes I'd just repeat it over and over like a chant. Before long, I had it memorized. Got me interested in Latin, and I started studying the language. Elapsum semel occasionum non ipsi protest Jupiter reprehendere. Not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity.
Ja, der Kölner würde sagen, wat fort ist fort. Geht etwas schneller.
Sounds nice, doesn't it? But it seems kind of funny now. I mean, look at us. We've done what Jupiter can't. We can find our lost opportunities. That's why I followed you here. I thought it would be a good idea to talk to you about all this. Alone.
Yeah. I agree.
There's something else we need to do too, though.
Find the number 2 bomb.
Exactly. So we should get going. I'm pretty sure the bomb isn't in here. There's nowhere to hide it. So...
You're saying we should go somewhere else?
yeah. Well, come on, don't just stand there. We need to get a move on.
Without waiting for a reply, she turned and started toward one of the exits. I followed. Ja, das Archiv, genau. Da waren wir ja schon drin. The archives. Good place to hide a bomb. Now where the hell do we start looking?
I doubt it really matters. If it's here, we'll find it eventually.
So what about that Jupiter stuff?
We can talk while we look. Now get started.
I turned to a corner of the room and began to look while Phi spoke.
I'll start with a conclusion I've come to. Our consciousnesses seem to be able to jump through time. No, sorry. Through time isn't really accurate. It's more like we move through worlds.
Worlds?
Yes. I don't mean physical planets in this case. I'm talking about a whole different universe, really. Parallel worlds.
What?
Do you know about the many worlds interpretation?
Well, kind of. I think I've heard of it once or twice.
Oh, well, I'll just explain it. Let's say, I don't care what it is, but could you move?
Huh?
Scratch your head, cross your arms, put your hands on your hips. Anything?
I had no idea what this was supposed to explain, but I did as she asked. So. Ich weiß gar nicht, kriegt man was anderes, wenn auf Others geht? Cheer, Blow, Kiss, Tap, Dance, Moonwalk? Also ich habe 8 Optionen. Habe ich hier ein W8 liegen? Nee. Ach. Ich würfel jetzt einfach mal und schaue, ob ich ein Ergebnis von 1 bis 8 kriege. Ich krieg eine 9. Super, danke Würfel. Eine 1. Scratch Head. Scratch, Scratch.
You scratched your head just now, right? But you could have chosen to cross your arms or put your hands on your hips. Now, maybe there are other Sigmas in other worlds who did all of those things. All of these worlds and realities are branching off from one another. The choices you could have made branched off from the moment you decided what you were going to do just now. Every moment you make a decision, another universe branches off, on and on into infinity. Each of those branches is an alternate world, a world where a version of you did something different. Haven't you ever thought about what life would have been like if you'd made different choices? What if you'd gone to this high school instead of that one? What if you hadn't started a study group? What if you hadn't told that girl you liked her? What if? What if? But are those what ifs really just what ifs? Or are there other worlds out there where you did those things? Anyway, that's the many worlds interpretation in a nutshell. I've simplified it a lot. Doesn't have to be human actions, though. I just used your actions to make the explanation easier to grasp. The actions of a cat, the flight of a bee, the movement of a microorganism, even fluctuations in air temperature. All these can change history.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on a second here. I'll let microorganisms slide, but there's no way that air is conscious or anything.
Can you say for sure that you are?
What?
All of your actions are caused by the cells in your brain. If we go down a little further, then you could say all of your actions are the result of atoms or electrons, or smaller particles we haven't even discovered yet. Are those atoms and electrons still you making a decision? At that level, how different are you from the air? I'd say not much. Human existence is just one part of reality. Falling in love is like a tulip blossoming. A tulip blossoming is like a tornado forming in South America. See what I'm saying? The only thing that really matters is the action of the most elementary particles of matter. That's where history happens. That's where universes branch out. Hey, you stopped.
Ja, ich möchte jetzt dazu auch noch kurz was sagen zu dieser Viele-Welten-Theorie. Darauf basiert halt das Ganze. Im ersten Teil war das noch nicht so ganz offensichtlich. Das war eine Möglichkeit, aber da war auch noch so ein bisschen, man wollte sich die Möglichkeit offen halten, dass es quasi nur eine richtige Geschichte gibt. Und zwar die, in der halt Akane gerettet wird und dass das zum Beispiel dann auch erklärt, warum sie in den Zeitlinien, die davon wegführen, immer irgendwelche Kopfschmerzen und Fieber und sowas bekommt, weil quasi ihre Existenz instabil wird. Allerdings wird hier erklärt, es reicht quasi, dadurch, dass man die Vergangenheit beeinflussen kann, wenn es eine einzige Zeitlinie gibt, in der sie gerettet wird. Und hier wird es jetzt quasi ganz auf den Punkt gebracht, ja, Viele-Welten-Theorie und man springt zwischen den einzelnen Welten hin und her. Interessanterweise brauchen diese Charaktere dieses Wissen aber nicht vermittelt zu bekommen, wie es zum Beispiel im ersten Teil noch erklärt wurde, dass Akane eben Junpei quasi die Informationen aus anderen Zeitlinien zugeschustert hat. Bei Sigma und Phi scheint es so zu sein, dass sie das einfach von selbst können. Oder aber ist es jemand anders in der Nähe, der das für sie quasi unternimmt und sie wissen nichts davon. Das wäre auch eine Möglichkeit. Aber sie scheinen ja wirklich sogar mit ihrem Bewusstsein zwischen den Zeitlinien hin und her zu springen. Na, genug davon, weiter mit der Story.
Are you done with that shelf?
Oh, no, not yet.
Well, keep looking while I talk. How familiar are you with quantum physics? Never mind, don't answer that. I'll try and keep it simple for you. Let's see. Hey, hand me that box, will you?
This one? Sure. I handed the box I'd been examining over to her. She set it down on the desk and opened the top.
Also... Ah, there's a stuffed lion over there. Perfect. He's part of Felidae, too.
Felidae sind Katzenartige. Eine der beiden Möglichkeiten von Raubtieren. Also man unterteilt bei den Säugetieren die Gruppe der Raubtiere in Canidae und Felidae, also Hundeartige und Katzenartige. Ja, jetzt darf ich als Biologe auch mal ein bisschen rausposaunen. With that, she grabbed the lion and tossed it unceremoniously into the box. She also took a weight and an ink jar and put them in next to the lion.
All right. Everything's ready.
Ready?
Remember that book in the crew quarters about Schrodinger's cat? It relates to all this stuff I've been talking about. Anyway, come look at the box.
What about looking for the...
This'll only take a minute. Now look.
I shrugged and peered into the box.
What do you see?
Well, there's a stuffed lion.
From now on, that's a cat. A living cat. This is important. Got it?
Yeah, it's a cat. Meow.
Oh, man. This again?
Sorry. I can't help it.
I find that hard to believe. Ugh, fine. Maybe I can just ignore it.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
All right, what else do you see?
A weight that's not even a pond and a jar of ink.
Right. Now the weight is going to be radioactive material, and the jar of ink is full of poisonous gas.
What? I'm getting out of here.
Idiot. It's not really full of gas. This is just hypothetical. Imagine that it's full of gas. So, what's the weight?
Radioactive material.
And the jar of ink?
It's full of poison gas.
Exactly. Good work. Now, there's one other thing you need to know about the jar.
Jetzt war sie nochmal komplett für blöde. Jetzt weiß ich schon, was ich als Thumbnail für die Folge nehme. Super. Ich hoffe, ich denke da dran.
If it's struck by any of the alpha particles the radioactive material emits, it'll break. These particles are emitted randomly. but there's a 50% chance that one of them will come into contact with the jar over the course of an hour. So let's close the lid. And pretend an hour has passed. Here's the question. Is the cat inside of the box alive or dead? You can't open the box to check. And you can't hit the box. Obviously, you can't shake it either. It's also been soundproofed, so the cat could be howling up a storm in there and you'd never know. Basically, you have no idea what's going on inside the box. Do you remember what happens if the alpha particles hit the jar?
It breaks, gas fills the box, the cat inhales it, and death will whisk her away.
And what if the jar doesn't break?
The cat lives to tell the tale.
Haha. And what are the chances of either of those things happening?
About 50%.
Uh-huh. So, what's your answer? Is the cat alive or dead?
I can't possibly know.
Then guess. It's not hard. Alive or dead?
Ich würfel jetzt einfach mal wieder. It's dead. The world's a harsh place for a cat. I have a feeling ernsthaft, I have a feeling the poor kitty's dead.
Nope. You're wrong.
It's alive?
That's wrong too.
Then what's the right answer?
The answer is that it's in a state where it is neither dead nor alive.
What? How does that make any sense?
It's an extrapolation of something we see at the atomic level. We don't know if an atom is spinning upward or downward until we measure it. Before it's measured, those two possibilities coexist. But as soon as the measurement is taken, obviously, only one possibility is the truth. That's what's happening with the alpha particles. Since we can't know when they were emitted or where, we only know the probability that they'll impact the jar. Because we can't observe anything that's happening in the box, that becomes the entire system. In other words, the box is like the atom. We don't know how the cat's life or death situation has resolved itself until we look at it. Until we do, it's just a bunch of possibilities. Do you get it? If the cat in the box is possibilities.
Then it's both alive and dead.
Right. So, let's open the lid. And when we do, all the possibilities will collapse into a single truth. Meow. What a relief, huh? Looks like the cat's alive. Anyway, that's Schrödinger's cat. The many worlds interpretation is one theory for explaining that weirdness.
So there's another world out there where this cat died?
Yeah, that's the idea. Looks like that cat tick of yours cleared up.
Da muss ich jetzt sagen, ich mag an diesem Spiel oder an der Spielreihe generell, dass häufig diese philosophischen und teilweise auch wissenschaftlichen Ideen oder halt auch hier jetzt, in dem Fall geht es um Quantenphysik, dass solche Sachen da halt mit reinkommen. Speziell der dritte Teil ist da sehr groß drin, aber auch der erste und zweite Teil. Beim ersten hast du sehr viel Kram mit eben diesem fiktiven Ice 9 zum Beispiel, was ich ein bisschen seltsam finde, aber ansonsten... Ja, also speziell der zweite Teil fängt halt damit an und der dritte macht es halt so richtig. Wo dann halt eine wissenschaftliche oder philosophische Sache nach der anderen rauskommt. Ich sag nur das Sleeping Beauty Problem. Geile Sache. Aber jetzt hier erstmal. Yeah. Well, your story was pretty insane.
Insane?
You don't think so? Just the idea of something being alive and dead is, at the same time. And if the moment the lid is opened determines whether or not the cat's dead, then it's almost like events in the future can determine the past. I mean, the cat doesn't die when you open the lid, so it must have already been dead.
Exactly. You've experienced it, haven't you?
What on earth are you talking about?
Think back. Remember round 2 of the AB game? When you chose Betray, what was my vote?
Ally.
But what happened this time?
I chose ally and you chose betray.
Right. And both times, I put in my vote a full minute before the deadline. When did you push the button?
Right before the deadline.
I see. Well, that makes this a little easier to explain. If you chose betray, then my vote was ally. If you chose ally, then my vote was betray. But I made my choices a whole minute before you made yours. Don't you think that's strange? You do see what I'm saying, don't you?
That my choice in the future altered your actions in the past?
Yeah. From your perspective, there's no other way to interpret it.
Now that I thought about it, round 1 had been the same. When I chose an ally, Alice had chosen betray. And when I had chosen betray, she'd done the opposite.
Look at this die. I found it over there. Let me give you one last example.
As she spoke, she tossed the die into the box and quickly shut the lid.
All right. Answer this question. What number is the die on?
3. Ah ne, 4. So, ich habe jetzt auf dem 12-seitigen 7 gewürfelt, das entspricht dann einer 4. Ich habe jetzt einfach gesagt, durch 2 und aufrunden, so. Has to be 4.
Okay. I'm going to open the lid. Good job. You got it right.
That was just a fluke.
Was it?
Huh?
Let's think about what was going on before I opened the lid. What number was the die on?
4, of course.
Haven't you been paying attention? The die is still a collection of atoms, isn't it? I don't think you can reasonably suggest that it was made of some different kind of matter.
Wait, so you're saying that before you opened the lid, the die was on all the numbers?
Uh-huh. That's one way to look at it, at least.
And then when you opened the lid, it was just one number?
Or it might have become that number when you declared which one it was.
Huh? Wait, what do you mean?
Your choice in the future has an effect on the past.
That's crazy.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. We got a little off topic there, but I think I made my point. Reality separates off into an infinite number of branches for each and every possibility. You and I seem to be able to jump from branch to branch. Of course, our bodies aren't doing the jumping. Our consciousnesses just sort of dive into other versions of ourselves in other worlds.
Whoa. I think I get it now. That's how you knew my name, right? You jumped in from another world. That's how you knew all those other things you shouldn't have known.
Yeah, that's the best I can figure out, at least. Unfortunately, it seems like we don't retain all our memories when we jump. Maybe we only remember particularly important things. I'm not sure how it works. But whatever the reason, it seems to be fairly limited. And often, we don't seem to remember jumping at all. Things will just sort of pop up.
That's why when someone asks us how we know X, all we can think of to say is, I just knew.
Yeah.
What's causing this then? I don't remember ever doing this before, so why would it start now?
If we knew that, I don't think we'd be having so much trouble. It's just...
Just what?
Well, I'm pretty sure it has to do with why we're locked up in here. There's no way this doesn't have something to do with whatever Zero Senior's trying to do. Why would he have left that Schrodinger's cat book in the crew quarters?
You aren't kidding, are you? Maybe this is some sort of huge Schrodinger's cat experiment. And all 9 of us are locked up inside the box right now.
What if you've got it backwards?
Backwards?
We're outside of the box, and the rest of the world is inside.
Then the moment we step out of this place.
Yeah. We might be determining the history of the world outside.
No way. I had 1,000 other questions, but before I could open my mouth to ask them...
Oh, good. There you are.
Did something happen?
Yes. We found it.
Found what?
What do you mean, what? What else could we find? The bomb! The other antimatter bomb. The number 2 bomb is in the control room.
Das ist schlecht. Is this it?
Yeah.
This is one of them, all right.
And it's number 2, apparently. Well, at least we found them all now.
No. There could be more. Like Kay said, there might be a number 4 bomb out there. We have no way to know.
Na, wir wissen inzwischen, es gibt keine Nummer 4, aber eine Nummer 0. Did you tell anyone else about this, Clover?
Well, not really. But, I wasn't the first person to find it.
Who was?
Kay and Luna. After they found it, they came to the infirmary and told the rest of us.
Who was in the infirmary?
Everyone. Tenmyoji and Dio were there. So were Alice and Quark, of course. Although they were still asleep.
So everyone who wasn't asleep knows about the bomb. I see.
Yeah.
There's nobody else here, though. Where'd they all go?
Right after we came here to look at the bomb, they all left. They were going to go look for you two.
What about Alice and Quark?
They're the same. Still sleeping. We checked them out just to be sure, but they seemed fine.
That's good. Fi and I looked at one another and let out a small sigh of relief.
Oh, right. I checked everybody's bracelets when we were in the infirmary. Did you want to know what they were?
It took her only a moment to explain. Alice was a green solo. And Quark was a blue solo. Dio's bracelet made him a yellow pair. And Tenmyoji was a cyan pair. So, what are our options for groups?
The next set of doors to open are going to be the white doors. That means we'll have to mix our colors so that we get white.
Fi laid out what that would mean. Option A. Fi and Tenmyoji, cyan, would pair up with me, red. Kay and Dio, yellow, would pair up with Quark, blue. Clover and Luna, magenta, would pair up with Alice, green.
Huh? There's only one option?
Yeah. Any other combinations don't make white.
What about Alice and Quark? Luna said it's going to be a while until they wake up.
We'll just have to carry them. The secondary doors won't open without 3 bracelets. And if we can't open them...
Yeah, we'll get penalized.
Exactly.
Don't worry about Alice. I'm on her team.
Are you saying you can carry her?
Yeah. Well, I can get Luna to help me.
True. I'm sure she'd be happy to help.
What about Quark?
He's on Kay's team. There shouldn't be any issues there.
Well, we still need to figure out what we're going to do about this bomb. Alice said we should be safe as long as it's not triggered with the remote.
Maybe, but we can't just leave them here forever. I mean, if they go off, then everything in like a couple 100 kilometers is gonna get fried.
Wait. A couple 100 kilometers? What are you talking about? That bomb should only have about as much explosive power as a ton of TNT. Which is nothing to sniff at, but that's nowhere near the kind of yield you're talking about.
It could be. What if these bombs are just like the detonator?
Oh, Oh! You mean there might be a bunch more anti-hydrogen around here somewhere? Yep, right over there.
The reactor.
Yeah, there are supposed to only be 18 antimatter reactors in the whole world. If that's one of them, then there's a lot of anti-hydrogen.
How much is a lot?
3.5 kilograms.
3.5? That's like 10,000 times more than Alice's 350 milligram.
If there really is that much, and if it does explode,
Then we would be looking at an explosion roughly 10,000 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima.
No. That's insane. Jetzt verstehen wir auch immer, warum die gesamte Basis mal eben so in die Luft fliegt in den Explosionsszenen. Weil 4 Tonnen TNT reichen dafür nicht aus. Zumindest nicht bei der Größe. Wobei schon, aber...
Clover, how did you know that?
Wobei schon, aber nicht eben in dem Maße, wie das da dargestellt wird. Da fliegt ja wirklich das ganze Ding mit einer richtig hohen Wolke in die Luft und alles. Also das würde bei 4 Tonnen TNT nicht passieren. Wenn aber der Reaktor in die Luft fliegt, ich meine, wie gesagt, 3,5 Kilo könnten da drin liegen. Das ist viel. Naja.
no what?
That stuff about antimatter reactors.
Well, that's, during my training, they,
Training for what?
my job?
Oh, of course. I didn't realize waiters these days needed to memorize how many operational antimatter reactors there were worldwide. Or how much fuel each one of those reactors might be storing. You don't work at a cafe, do you?
Did you hear about that from Alice?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, she's right then.
And why are you using antimatter reactors at a cafe?
That's, what we call the coffee machines.
What? Are you fucking with me?
I'm telling you the truth. I work at a cafe. It just might, be a kind of fake job to divert attention. I think they call it a cover.
What?
Then what's your real job?
I'm sorry. I really can't tell you anything else.
Why not?
It's classified.
Classified by who?
The government?
The government?
That's right. Alice said it was her job to eliminate enemies of the state or something. So you two do work together.
Oh no! Check your bracelets. How much time do we have left?
What are you talking about?
How long until the doors open? Come on, quickly!
Damn. We're supposed to have met up 5 minutes ago.
I'm heading back then. Remember, we're supposed to meet at the infirmary. You guys hurry back, okay? Bye!
Hey! You haven't... Damn it. And she's gone. Fine. She's right, you know. We need to get going.
Hold on. I need to check something really quick.
What? Und jetzt sind wir schon da, oder was?
Oh, there you are. You're late. What were you doing?
Nothing.
When we arrived, everyone else was already back. Quark and Alice hadn't left, of course. They were both sleeping soundly. Any traces of the madness we'd seen earlier long gone.
Clover told us. You've seen the bomb in the control room.
Yeah, with our own eyes.
So what the hell should we do? That makes 3 bombs.
Well, we have to do something. They're bombs, for God's sake.
There's a quick and simple solution.
Really?
Remember what Alice said?
There should be an emergency deactivation password. If you enter that password, the device should, well, deactivate. You see it? Right here. There's a port. If we can find the password input device, we just connect it here. Then we can enter the password.
So, if we have the password, we can deactivate them?
Whoa, hold on a second. That's great and all, but we need that password input device she was talking about. Without that, we're still boned even if we did have the password.
Not a problem. We've resolved that issue.
Huh?
Show them.
I nodded and pulled it out of my pocket.
That was in the safe in the control room.
Exactly. We didn't have any idea what it was at first, but Phi figured it out. After Clover left, we tested it.
Turned out I was right. It fit perfectly.
Couldn't get it to do anything though. We plugged in a couple random characters, but all we got was an error.
Still, I'm sure this is the thing Alice was talking about. We just didn't have the right password.
But why was it in the control room?
Do you think Zero Senior put it here for us?
That would suggest it was also Zero Senior who set up the bombs.
Doesn't that seem odd, though? Zero Senior wants us to play the nonary game, right? So why would he set bombs?
Maybe he wants to blow this whole place up if someone commits some crazy violation of the rules?
That doesn't make sense. Our bracelets already have poison in them. If someone breaks a rule, all he has to do is activate their bracelet.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, whatever the case is, there's one thing we can be sure of. The person who set these bombs is one of us. Whether or not that person is also Zero Senior isn't particularly relevant at the moment. But what is relevant is that they know the deactivation password. If we can figure out who that person is and question them.
We can get the password and turn the bombs off.
Exactly. That would be my quick and easy method. So fess up. Which one of you set the bombs? Not that I expect you to do that. So, we're going to be checking everyone.
Checking us?
Yes. Once they're set, the bombs are controlled by a remote. It stands to reason that whoever set them has that remote.
So you're gonna search us for it?
Yes.
But
No buts. If you refuse, that implicates you. Do what I say and you'll be fine, assuming you are actually innocent. Understand? No reason to wait. Let's get started. Anyone want to volunteer to go first? No? All right. Let's see.
So eine ähnliche Szene hatten wir doch auch schon mal. Wait.
Huh?
You only need to search one person.
What? Why?
Because I figured out who did it. I know who did it. The words were out of my mouth before I'd even realized I was saying them.
How can you... There's no way.
Yeah. I met Phi's gaze and nodded, then turned away. I know who set the bombs. That person... is you. Dio.
Come on, what is this? Are you high?
Well, we're about to find out. Sorry, Kay, but could you hold him down? Ich glaube, kann ich das überspringen? Bis wo ist das gleich? Tatsache, es läuft jetzt erstmal komplett gleich bis zu dem Punkt, der tritt das auch weg. Wo sind wir gerade? Ach ja, emergency deactivation passwords. None of us know them though, right? None of us know. But there's someone who does it, isn't there? Ja, man sieht also, diese Szene sieht man dann in beiden Varianten. Und da wollte ich jetzt halt nicht sagen, das mache ich komplett noch gleich. Die Folge ist schon lang genug.
What, hoping I might spill the beans? Nice try. Unless one of you is secretly a medium, I think you're shit out of luck.
Wait, a medium?
Well, I'm out. Peace.
Wait! Stop! I threw myself toward Dio and wrapped my hand around his wrist, slamming it to the floor. He struggled, but I put all my weight on it and kept his arm pinned.
Shit! Let go of me, goddammit! Get off of me! Let me go!
He continued to struggle, but I wasn't going to let him go. I shifted my weight to free one of my hands and started trying to pry his open. Das kennen wir auch schon wieder. Der wird wieder schlafen gelegt. Okay. How much time do we have left?
25 minutes or so, I believe.
And how much time until the white doors open?
Die haben mein Timing, die Leute. The same.
So, what do we do?
He put in the password and stopped the bombs.
We searched Dio, but he doesn't have a note or anything with the codes on it.
Well, only one option left then.
Yeah, and that is?
Intuition. We trust our hunches.
That's... Are you suggesting we just... guess?
Do you have a better idea?
Well, no, but...
Wait. There's another way.
What is it?
Before I can tell you, everyone has to promise to do exactly as I say. No questions. What's your answer?
We all nodded.
Good. First of all, Sigma, you're coming with me.
Right.
The rest of you, listen up. I want you to take Alice, Quark, and Dio to the Floor B warehouse.
Huh?
Why?
Didn't I say no questions? Good. That's it, we're done.
That's... it?
Is there a problem? I seem to recall you promised to do exactly what I told you to do. Okay, we don't have much time left. Now get moving. Sigma, you're with me.
Phi turned without waiting and headed for the door. Before I could blink, she was gone. I gave everyone else in the infirmary a quick thumbs up and a shaky smile. Take care of these guys, okay? We'll see you back on floor B before you know it. So, just trust us, alright? Good? I couldn't think of anything else to say. I turned and ran after Phi. Ja, stimmt, hier war eine. Ich glaube die 3. Okay, so what do we do?
Get the input device ready.
Alright, done. All hooked up and everything.
How many minutes do we have left?
Well, they go off when the doors open, so... 21 minutes.
That means we have 7 minutes per bomb. That includes travel time, though.
Bomb number 2 is in the control room on floor B. And bomb number 1 is also on floor B with the garden. So, we just need to hurry, right?
Yeah.
So what are we supposed to do? I mean, you do have some sort of plan, right?
Well, it's not like I don't have one.
Then stop being so mysterious and tell me. What the hell am I supposed to do?
You need to make a jump.
Jump?
Yeah. To another world. Another history.
I can't.
You didn't just guess that Dio set the bombs, did you? You knew it. Because you remembered it happening in another history, didn't you?
Yeah. I did, but that's... I mean...
You just have to do that again.
So you're saying I need to go to another history and get the password out of Dio somehow?
Doesn't have to be another one. It could be this one. Just go back to the past and question him. Then again, if you do that, you might end up changing things so you don't end up here. That would mean you couldn't deactivate the bombs in this history. So you have to come back to this exact moment, or...
Ah, damn it. This is so confusing.
Well, don't think about it then. We don't have time anyway. Just jump.
Okay, okay. I get it. See you later then. Are you insane? You're talking about transporting myself across space and time. Also, why should I have to do everything? Can't you jump too?
My jumps happen suddenly, out of the blue. I can't control them.
Neither can I.
That's a problem. Alright, consider this. Maybe we've already jumped from another history to this one, but our memories of that history got damaged or something. We forgot most of what happened in that other timeline. If we can remember even a little bit, though. Anyway, it's just a hypothesis.
I was saying I might know it already. And I just have to try and remember it?
Yeah, I feel like we know. So, anything? We need the bomb password. Do you remember hearing it in another timeline?
I stare down at the input device. Password. Password. The bomb password. Actually, I did remember it. I had heard it. Das ist jetzt Bombe Nummer 3, wenn ich mich recht erinnere. Wir können ja mal so weit machen, wie wir kommen. Also L, X, Q, LHC, NMR.
Good job. It worked.
Whew. I sighed and wiped what felt like a bucket's worth of sweat from my forehead.
So, you knew the password after all. Interesting.
Yeah, I guess I did.
You heard it in another history?
Yeah.
Just what happened in that other timeline? Never mind. We don't have time for that. How much longer?
18 minutes.
Good. We've still got time. Come on, let's go. We've still got 2 more. The number 2 bomb is next on the list.
So we're heading to the control room?
Right. No time to waste. Oh, and don't forget the input device.
And then she was gone. I hurriedly disconnected the device from the bomb and chased after her. Ja, leider haben wir das Passwort für Nummer... Nein, für Nummer 2 haben wir es, für Nummer 1 haben wir es noch nicht. Interessanterweise kriegt man das für Nummer 0 zuerst, weil man ja immer Dio enttarnen muss, augenscheinlich. Aber hier wissen die noch nicht mal, dass es eine Nummer 0 Bombe gibt. Das ist so ein bisschen seltsam. Naja, Control Room.
You got it?
Yeah, right here.
Hook it up.
Right. Done.
Okay. Hurry it up. Plug in the password.
Hey! What the hell?
Calm down. You probably just typed it in wrong.
No, no way, I'm sure I did it right.
Try it again.
Yeah, nothing. That password's no good.
Then it's different. All 3 bombs use different passwords.
Yeah, looks like it.
Shit!
Fi slammed her foot against the locker, her face uncharacteristically twisted by anger and frustration.
This is bad. What the hell are we gonna do? Try and remember it. Did you see or hear anything in another history that could be a password? A different password?
You mean like a different history from the other one I remembered?
Yeah, you figured it out there. You just can't remember it very well right now. Remember what happened with the last bomb? This one is just like that.
Another history. Another history. The password. Do I know what it is? Can I remember it? I have to. Yep, jetzt haben wir EQD, DYR, NTK.
Damn, this is crazy. So you did know it.
Yeah, guess so.
Don't scare me like that, alright?
Come on, it's not like I was hiding it. I just couldn't remember it at first. Then it just kind of floated up. Or maybe it drifted down.
Whatever. Point is, we disarmed the thing. Amazing.
You sure don't sound very amazed.
Okay, that just leaves us with the last bomb. It's
It's in the garden.
right. Let's go take care of it while you're on a roll with these things.
Gah. You make it sound so easy.
Well, don't just stand there. Let's go!
She spun around and was gone. I gripped the input device tightly and headed off after her. Immerhin ist der Garten nicht sehr weit. Das Problem ist, wir wissen es nicht.
Finally. The last one.
Yeah,
How many minutes left?
less than 10.
It's okay. We can still make it. Just stay calm, alright? You have the input device?
Yeah. There we go, connected.
Okay, go.
Go?
We've done this twice already. Do you really need a third pep talk?
You want me to remember another password, right?
Exactly. What else would I be talking about?
But
Don't sweat it. You did great the last 2 times. I'm sure this one will be a cakewalk. 3rd time's the charm, right?
that's not really how that's used. I'm just worried that lightning's not gonna strike twice or thrice in this case, I guess.
No, I think mine still works. There's nothing to suggest the 1st and 2nd times aren't charmed too.
I guess so.
Whatever. Just do it. You're the only person who can.
What about you? You can jump to other worlds too, right?
Yeah, but I can't remember things as well as you, alright? I'm doing the best I can, but either I haven't seen the stuff you have, or I just can't remember it. Maybe we've been going to different worlds. Anyway.
Yeah. I'll give it a shot.
I'm counting on you.
The password. The password. The password. Remember. Remember, Sigma. Come on, lightning can strike twice, or even 3 times. You can do it. You did it before, you did it twice before. This is nothing. You're a champion. Come on, Sigma, you can do this. Pull open the door to your memories. Da fehlt uns leider das richtige Ende für. Wir können es nicht lösen. Wir haben das Passwort nicht. I tried over and over. But it was no good. Each guess was wrong. No matter how I strained my memory, I couldn't remember even a letter of the bomb's password. Had I even seen or heard it anywhere in the first place? I'd seen other histories. But had I seen what I needed? If I hadn't, then it was all over. If I couldn't control my jumps, then what good were they?
Sigma, just let it go. Our time's up. This is it. Before it ends, I wanted to tell you thanks. You knew we were about to die, but you still stuck with me. A lot of people wouldn't have done that. You're a good person.
Das ist auch eine sehr interessante Sache, wenn man sich nämlich den japanischen Originaltitel des Spiels ansieht. Das ist ein sehr, sehr langer und das heißt unter anderem so viel wie gute Menschen sterben und ich möchte ein guter Mensch sein. Sehr seltsam, ich weiß.
There's one more thing. I'm glad I met you. The moment I saw you, you seemed familiar. Anyway, thanks. It looks like our time's almost up. Hopefully the others will make it. There isn't much hope for us, though. I think this is...
Don't you dare say goodbye.
What?
We'll meet again, somewhere, somewhen. I guarantee it. We can jump through parallel worlds. We can jump through parallel worlds. We can change history. You see? This won't end here. I won't let it. This is just the beginning.
Sigma.
Suddenly I felt Phi's face against my chest. I put arms around her and held tight. Then... Da sieht man diese riesige Explosion. Everything went dark. Und danach wird es ja sofort weiß. Also diese Explosion ist eigentlich zu riesig für 4 Tonnen TNT. Auch wenn 4 Tonnen TNT verdammt viel wären. Naja. When I came to, I was floating in a field of nothingness. Wir sind also hier erstmal an einem Game Over. Speichern erstmal ab. Also hier. Das war wieder lang. Boah, 32 Stunden habe ich hier schon. Und hier also erstmal Deactivate Bomb Number 1. Fehlt uns das entsprechende Passwort. So, jetzt haben wir quasi 3 Sachen, wo wir beim nächsten Mal weitermachen können. Nämlich entweder hier, hier oder hier. Wo wir weitermachen, das sehen wir in der nächsten Folge. Auf jeden Fall könnt ihr natürlich weiter Theorien, Ideen, was ihr bisher vom Let's Play haltet und so weiter in die Kommentare schreiben. Und ja, wir nähern uns langsam dem Ende, auch wenn die nächsten Folgen alle wahrscheinlich sehr lang werden. Wobei nicht unbedingt alle, aber viele davon. Wir haben auf jeden Fall noch einige interessante Enden vor uns, die auch einiges noch über Charaktere erzählen, weil uns fehlt noch das Ende für Luna, uns fehlt das Ende für Quark und es fehlt das Ende für Tenmyoji. Über die wissen wir verhältnismäßig wenig. Bei den anderen können wir halt einiges sagen. Wobei bei Kay wissen wir auch nicht so viel, aber naja, es reicht vorerst. Ich hoffe, ihr habt Spaß, lasst konstruktive Kritik da, vielleicht ein Däumchen nach oben, wenn es euch soweit gefallen hat. Bis zum nächsten Mal bei Let's Play Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward. Bis dahin, Cheerio.